Hello, everybody. Welcome. Well, here it is again. We're back to working a little bit. I've actually been cleaning and fiddling with stuff this morning, and I've got a little farther than I was thinking about it. And I said, I got to turn the camera back on. I ain't filmed any of this, but it's not really a big deal. Putting the gas tank on one of these things is not that hard. But without further ado, there she goes. I just happened to, I got part of the tank put on, and I thought, wait a minute, I got to film this because I was in the middle of just getting it done. I had a little podcast playing in the background, and I was just getting after it. I just happened to remember that I wasn't filming. But what I'm doing now is just trying to put the rest of this stuff back together so we can see if we can get some smoke on this thing. See if it'll make some racket. I've still yet got to do the pull start cover. I haven't got into it yet. But I got the coil on. Got everything else, got the carburetor on. I did go through the carburetor. I didn't film it because y'all seen so many carburetors. I got the new intake boot on it. Just so happened to have a new one. I did find the O-ring for the gas cap. Got it on there. Put them back in, got everything. We're just about ready to get some fire in the hole. I probably should have checked to make sure it still had spark after I put it back together, but I did not. So we'll just have to, we'll figure it out as we try to fire it up, I guess. As you can tell, there's a lot of black paint not on it anymore. Because Chris wanted to know if I could get it off there. And the question, or the answer to the question was yes. Yes, I can get it off. I got most of it. I got most all of it off. There's still a few specks here and there. I could probably do a little more cleaning. But for the most part, I got it off there. So we're going to set this in the floor. For now, since we've got, well, I did forget something. I set that in the floor and forgot all about. I've got to put this bottom piece back on here. Let me check in here and see if we got any more washers that I can't see. Because the washers is all the time hiding on me. Stuff gets under them little flaps inside the box. Sometimes it hides from you and you can't find it. Sometimes it falls out the bottom of the box and then you really can't find it. Oh, mercy. But for the most part, that one didn't have a washer on it when I took it apart. I'm going to try to put one back on it as I put it back together. And this bracket right here can be, it can be something to get this one back on. Especially when your hands shake as bad as mine do sometimes anymore. Get that one started. Oh, maybe. Oh, I got it. I'm about to forget about this one. That's right. Get a bigger screwdriver. I should have just switched all these over to socket head cap screws, but I only have 2 lengths and I have to cut them and usually make most of them. Oh, there we go. Now, aside from the pull start cover, well, one thing that I do not have for this thing is a chip guard. Well, I say I don't have one. I don't have one handy. I may go take one off of something else to put on here, because I really don't like not having a chip guard in it, because these things will eat your t-shirt faster than you can turn around. Come on now. Always something. We're going to pop this off here. Try to anyway. Oh. Now maybe I can get it with the socket. This thing needs a stopper on it. Just rotted off of it. I don't have another one of them handles. I'll try to clean this thing up right quick. At least get some of the crud off of it. I'm going to use this paper towel so y'all can see how much crud comes out of it. This one actually doesn't have that much in it compared to some of the 10 series that I've done, where we have to scrape 15 pounds of junk out of them. I mean, does it have some stuff in it? Yeah, but not near as much as some of those 10s do, I'm telling you. Of course, they didn't use these quite as much around here. Not near as much, matter of fact, because we didn't have any trees that needed a saw this big. Not like they did out west and stuff like that. Oh, mercy. Just try to get the majority of the gunk out of it. I didn't have the pull starter off of this, so that's why I didn't put it in the cooker. Just try to clean it up best you can. Give it a little washy. Give it a little washy down here. I'm just spraying it over the bucket I got down here. That way I catch the majority of the stuff in the bucket. This is a good many cans of brake cleaner on this thing so far. It's not going to be spotless clean like some of the ones that I have done, but it's a whole lot cleaner than it was. These just take so much to clean up. I mean, it's just bukus of cleaning. That's a lot more better. That's a whole lot more better. Dump that out. Now, might need to get this thing to come loose. I should have took it loose before I took it off. Oh. It needs to have a new rope and everything put in it, I'm sure. I'm gonna turn that rubber over because it's getting on my nerves. Okay. Yep. I do not have another guard at this time. Let me go have a look around. All right. I found a screen. It was bent up a little bit. I straightened it just a little bit. I didn't show that because. But here's a trick. Let me show you something. If you've got a piece of screen like this, and it's got a big dip in it going the opposite direction, if you want to straighten it, you put it on the table, you know, and you strike it. Well, it flattens it out. If you want to bow it back and put the crown back in it, take something round with a hole in it, set it on there like this, and just hit down inside the hole. And that will actually, this was fanned out way too much this way, and I drew it back in by hammering it around in there till it sort of fits back in there like it's supposed to. And then I had to reshape the top a little bit, but it's there. We have a functioning screen now anyway. It will fit in there. You have to check the height in here as well. And sometimes you have to adjust the height, and I adjusted this one just a little bit, try to get it about flush with these legs, and that'll be pretty close. The main thing is you want this top rolled in a little bit along the edge. That way when you tighten it down, it will actually kind of push it on down in there. But that's in there. It's just easier for me to explain it than it is to show it to you while I'm doing it. And I did get these screws popped loose. And I did find the handle. This old rope is dusty. This thing is cruddy on the inside. I'm gonna see how this rope feels down in here. Oh yeah, it's definitely corroded. You know, I may just wet this up and see how it does before I go try and tear it all apart. Because there is definitely some corrosion down in here. And getting that stuff out is not an easy task. The recoil on this thing actually works fair, but it's got a little wear in it. It's not bad. I think I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna spray it and try it out a little bit. See if it does all right, because there's just lots of corrosion in here, and it looks like I might not ever get that rope out of there. So just gonna clean it up a little bit, throw the juice to it. We're gonna see if it'll put some smoke in the hole. I can always go back and change this recoil later. because it just bolts on from the outside. So you don't even have to take this cover back off to change this whole thing. And ones for 250s and stuff like that will fit on it. So if you have one for a 250 or something, and you got one of these, or you need one of these, and you got one for a 250 or a 250 Super or a 152 or almost anything with the left-hand start on it, the recoils are about the same. There are a few subtle differences in them, but most of them will just interchange. The biggest thing is we're going to get some of this. There's a little bit of white crusty stuff in here, gray crusty stuff. We're going to get it kind of scraped down, spray some Freol on it, because this will actually help dissolve it and stop it from corroding anymore. So we're going to give it a generous supply, and we want it to run down the rope as well, because the rope's dried out over all these years, and penetrating oil is the best thing I found to lubricate these ropes back with. It makes them so much more supple. But you can see it's already starting to give where it wasn't before. Dried out rope will wear out way faster than rope that's got some lubricant on it. And that's not just because of the lubricant. Well, technically it is just because of the lubricant. It's because of the lubricant. See how much more pliable that is already, just that little bit? It makes a world of difference. That rope dries out, it just turns into the worst rope ever when it's dry. Rub some on there. I did find another handle. We are going to change this handle right quick. This rope right here is still stiff, that's for sure. It's still stout rope. Now I say that first time I pull it, it'll probably break, but we'll find out. The only reason I say that it'll probably break first time I pull it is because usually when I brag on something, that's exactly what happens. And no, it's not going to burst into flames with Freol, because Freol is not flammable. It smokes like crazy, but it don't burn very good. I did find a nice OEM handle. Oh yeah. I got to go clean this up right quick. Y'all hold on just a second. I'm going to give this a quick wire brushing. All the way over here where you can't see me. You can probably hear it though. It's just the metal piece that holds the handle here. It was rusty, so this is some really stout rope. I ain't kidding. I do have some 5.5 or whatever that is right there. If this don't work, we will change it. But I think it's still pretty good rope. It was just really dry. See, it's soaked up a lot of that. It's soaked up a bunch of that Freon. I'm gonna shoot a good bit in there. Get everything lubricated up nice. I know I probably should have tore this part earlier and just cooked every bit of it, but I'm just knocking the heavy stuff off there. I'm going to spray a little bit of penetrating oil in here too, because penetrating oil helps keep magnesium from corroding. So anytime you can get some penetrating oil on the magnesium, it's not a bad thing. Got a little bit of corrosion right here in the rope socket. I'm going to scrape it off to prevent it from dragging the rope. Yep, much smoother. Alright, I'm going to roll this rope back up and we're going to see if it'll jive. Pretty good. There we go. I do like socket head cap screws better than straight screws. I know they can be more troublesome when they strip, but when you're taking something apart and putting it back together repeatedly, trying to kind of get it where y'all could almost see it, but feels pretty good. Wipe them down. See how this works out. This notch goes right here. There's a spring that sticks out. You gotta put the notch over that spring. Wait a minute. About to put it in go-kart mode instead of chainsaw mode. There are two sets of bolt holes on this cover. One's for chainsaw and one's for go-kart. That's what I call it anyway. Just trying to make sure all them pieces look like they're in there, and they do. Sure all of them's tight. actually fit marvelously. That look pretty good. That's the metal one. You can see where the spring sits in there now. Alright. Yeah, we're getting real close to the point you've been waiting for. Getting real close to the part we've been waiting for. Somehow I didn't get the sealer out of this nut. And if you're wondering why there's sealer in the nut, these nuts go in from the back side and they fall out sometimes, and what we do is we glue them in with sealer, silicone, whatever you want to call it. And for some reason, when I glued this one in there, I did not get the sealer back out of it like an idiot. So I'm getting it out right now. Just trying to knock the majority of it out of there. The bolt will push the rest of it out. I just don't want to have to force it through there as much as possible. There we go. Now, 1, 2, 3. The large bolts. Hopefully we put everything back together and it lines up pretty decent. Hey, that one went in. Hey, that one went in. Went in. How many times am I going to say that? I don't know. It's just funny. I'm going to get 2 of the smaller pan head screws. Put in these other 2 bolt holes. If I can find my hickey ball. That one. And the cool part about using some of these panhead bolts and stuff like this is not something that would have been uncommon for a feller in the 70s working on his saw to go and purchase. I guess y'all know what that means. Things are escalating quickly. I know. I have no idea what's going to happen. All I know is if it does happen, there's going to be a lot of vibration. So give me just a minute, because I'm going to find something to throw on this table. All right. I just poured almost a half a gallon of gas in it. I haven't done anything else. pull the rope. Nothing like that. There's the choke on. Ignition switch is on. Decomp is on. Move the chair out of the way. Let's see what happens. That's what we like to hear and see. I like it. I wonder. Well, she leaks gas out the top of the gas cap just like all the rest of them do, so that's approved. Carpet pad. Keeps all the junk on the table. Oh, mercy. Alright. I don't know if I'll show any more of it right now or not. I've got to put a bar on it to cut with it for obvious reasons. The rest of the stuff's down there in the box. I got to clean the air filter cover up. He doesn't have a plug for that. I might see if I can find one to pop in there. But as of now, we have a runner, Chris. Alright, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm going to get this video shot up so y'all can have a look at it. Alright, y'all. Remember, go down there and like and subscribe and stuff if y'all enjoy this content. Also, in our comment section, we do have an apparel store where we have some Mcculloch hats and stuff like that. I don't know what all's in there because I'm not the one that's in control of it. But yeah, y'all go after it and have a look at it and see if you find something you want, order one. We didn't get our 4th of July shirts made in time, but maybe we'll have some next year. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be kind. Treat each other the way you'll be treated. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. All right, y'all. Well, hopper out.